What? Is this fucking true? All signs seem to say so. I wish I was the first one to cover this, but no, the first one I to see cover this was the Dungeon Delver covered it. And then looks like Mastering Dungeons covered it. They've reached, and Teos and Sean have reached out to Wizards to see if it's true. Is this true? Is Kyle Brink gone? Well, if you go to his LinkedIn, as of today, Kyle Brink lists himself as a former executive producer, Dungeons and Dragons. So that means Kyle's looking for work, I guess. Now, if we go to careers at Hasbro, it does not list the Hasbro current employees. I looked. I spent the last 10 minutes trying to look to see what the current list of Wizards of the Coast employees were. I couldn't find anything. The best thing I could find are what jobs they're looking to fill, and if any of those are Kyle's job. And based upon the, and we'll do, let's see, can I do it by Seattle only? Because that's where Kyle was, right? Game design manager. They're looking to fill that job. All right, so it does appear that Kyle took his own words to heart and is gone. We don't know if he was fired, if he chose to leave. Not sure how long he's been gone. His LinkedIn was updated as of 3 days ago. There's an article from last month that seems to make us think that he's been gone a little longer from us. There's an article in Adweek that was posted in June 24th talking about Jeff Lozanzo, who is the VP of the franchise and the product. Who is Jeff Lozanzo? Well, apparently Jeff Lozanzo, amongst other things, thinks Dungeons and Dragons was established by a guy named Don Kay. Wizards of the Coast, which acquired the D&D brand in 1997 from TSR, a publisher established by game creators Gary Gygax and Don Kay. Yeah, Don Kay didn't write D&D. He might have had something to do with TSR towards the end. But all right, well, I don't know who this woman is, but apparently she's been gaming for at least a day. And as of June, she is the new VP of franchise and product for Dungeons and Dragons. Kyle was the executive producer of Dungeons and Dragons. What the fuck does that even mean? Since Jeremy Crawford lists himself as the head architect. I mean, I think these are all just made up titles. It's like, I'm the guy who's writing it. I'm the guy who's editing it. I'm the guy who's telling them what to do. I mean, okay, so if you don't remember Kyle was the gentleman who made the unfortunate comment last year about white guys like him can't leave the hobby fast enough. Kyle was the scapegoat for the OGL. He was the guy that Wizards of the Coast sent out to do all the interviews after the January 2023 OGL fiasco. In his first 2 interviews, he made an absolute fool of himself to the point where even Jeannie D was able to tear him apart. And she's about milquetoast as we get. So he did about 5-10 interviews. Each one was a little bit more cut and paste than the last. The first 2 interviews, the one he did with 3 halflings and Jeannie D, were publicity disasters, and came out being known as the guy who said white guys like him can't play D&D fast enough. And then as of a month ago, made another post. Basically, this one was a little more hidden. You had to dig for this one. But as a month ago, there was a post where he was talking about NFTs and AI and basically disproving everything that Wizards of the Coast had been saying to now about the products and what they weren't going to do. So is Kyle gone? Has anybody confirmed this? What a lesson in self-fulfilling prophecies. Kyle told us he was leaving the hobby. Everybody said, then fucking leave the hobby, Kyle, since you hate it so much. And now Kyle's gone. Again, we don't know if he's gone, or if he's taken a different position, or what. We don't know if he quit, if he was fired, if he left under good terms, if he left under bad terms. We don't know, but it does appear that Kyle is gone. Also gone, Cynthia Cook. Yeah, so haha. I mean, at first we were all angry at Kyle, right? But then towards the end, we kind of felt bad for Kyle because it was obviously that Wizards was throwing him under the bus, painting the target on his face, making Kyle the face of Wizards of the Coast stupidity when it wasn't Crawford. You know, it was Kyle who said this, and that was the quote that they kept bringing up. And every time anything negative about Wizards of the Coast through 2023, it was Kyle who was the scapegoat. We blame everything on Kyle. So now I guess Kyle has either left. There is an interview from him from about 3 months ago where he was talking about just the frustration and the energy and just how he can't take it anymore and how frustrating it's become and how negative it's become and, you know, just how awful it's become. You know, there's interviews from after the D&D press thing where Connie Chang ruined everything, where he was just talking about how he wanted to be done, how he regretted everything. So obviously Kyle's regretted his choice for a while now. And he's gone. I assume other people smarter than me will follow up on this. We've reached out to Wizards. I've reached out to Wizards. I'm assuming Eric Tanker will cover this later today. These guys over at Mastering the Dungeon, Teos and Sean, have reached out to Wizards, and they actually have contacts at Wizards. I'm assuming Stephen Glicker, who also still has contacts at Wizards, will reach out to Wizards to see if this is true. But as of 3 days ago, you can, you know, ignore anything else I say or badmouth me or talk about how wonderful Kyle and Wizards of the Coast is or whatever have you. But here's Kyle's LinkedIn listing himself as the former executive producer, Dungeons and Dragons, as of 3 days ago. So at least in regards to that job, Kyle is gone. And apparently it appears he's gone from Wizards of the Coast. Wow. Of all the things I thought I would see, that's not one of them. But then you did tell us, Kyle, you couldn't leave the hobby fast enough. You earned yourself so much hate from every side. There was nobody who thought what Kyle said was a good thing. Nobody on the conservative side, nobody on the liberal side, nobody on the pro, nobody on the against. Just everybody was like, Kyle, what the... So, yeah. Again, if anybody has any more information about this, please let me know. Otherwise, that's where things stand. That's not a story I thought I'd be covering today. Kyle Brink gone. Wow.